Morning everybody. So this morning I'm wearing red, and the reason I'm wearing red is because I'm going to be talking about doing, and more specifically about whether or not you need hard work to be successful. But before we talk about that, let's just talk very briefly about the colours. So got the 3 green behaviours: thinking, communicating and improving. Those are the things, if you have them in your diary in the right proportion, will take you, your people and your business upwards, make things better, because they're the essence of leading, and those are the things that leaders do. Then you've got the 2 amber behaviours: monitoring and directing, just 2 of those, and those are the essence of managing. They make sure that things don't fall backwards. They manage risk, make sure things are okay. Then there's red, doing, and brown, floating. And if you have those in your diary too much, they can take you, your people and your organisation backwards, because they take your time away from the green and the amber stuff. Then there's also one more, which is blue, and blue is about living. Living is looking after your physical, spiritual, mental and emotional well-being. Essentially, they are recharge. They're where you get your head back into gear. So this morning, last night and this morning, I watched it in 2 parts. I found a new podcast by a guy called Steven Bartlett, and it is called The Diary of a CEO. And what caught my eye was that he was talking to Jimmy Carr. And the lead in, the kind of wording before you kind of see it, almost like the teaser, it was talking about people saying that they thought, yes, this podcast would make them laugh, but they didn't realise that it would also make them cry. And I thought, wow, a comedian making people cry, that's interesting. So I decided to watch it. And do you know what? I didn't laugh at one bit of it. And that's not a bad thing. Actually, it was a really thoughtful podcast. It was really interesting to get Jimmy Carr's thoughts on a number of different aspects of life, like neuro-linguistic programming, branding, depression and anxiety, losing your virginity at 26, etc. But there was one thing that was said during the podcast which kind of caught my attention and made me think. And it was talking about the fact that you need hard work to be successful. Yes, you need talent. Yes, you need ideas, but you also need hard work. And that smarts with me sometimes. And it was interesting because this is why I wanted to talk to you about it. It was talking about the fact that you need hard work. Yeah, you can't do without the talent, you can't do without ideas, and you can't do without hard work. And the thing that smarted with me is that I think for so long, and you'll always hear me talk about language, how language can actually be the root of all evil with many things, is that when you talk about hard work, the thing that smarts with me is that it can be so misunderstood. Okay, now, yes, you do need hard work, and this is why I'm wearing red, right? But the problem is that the majority of the time, when people hear that they need to do hard work, is they naturally think of doing. Okay, now, when you're a doer, when you're not a manager or a leader, that's fine, because that is predominantly your job, is to be a doer. So therefore, hard work is kind of where it comes in. When you're a comedian, you are predominantly a doer, okay? When you're doing your stuff on stage, that is red. That is doing what you do. Yes, you need hard work. Thing is, you also need hard work as a manager as well. But the work when you're a manager that you need to do, which is hard, is not the red stuff, okay? It's not the doing, it's not the hands-on stuff. When you become a manager, to a certain extent, you leave behind your expertise from the past. Now, it doesn't mean to say you can't do any of that stuff. Of course you can, but the priority changes, okay? When you become a manager, your job is no longer to deliver results. Your job is to deliver people who can deliver results. If you have any time left over after you've done that, then by all means jump in and do a bit of the red. That's absolutely no problem whatsoever. But let's not confuse hard work with doing, okay? So for a manager, hard work is spending plenty of time thinking about how you're going to take people to a better place, or hard work engaging with people to find out where they want to go and how you're going to get them there, about communicating with people about your ideas, or allowing other people to communicate their ideas so you can share them and develop them. And then finally, about doing something about it, okay? That's the essence of leading. Yes, you need hard work in that area. You also need hard work in the supervisory areas, managing. So that's checking to make sure that your people are okay, sitting down with them every week, hopefully more often than that, understanding how they're doing, how they're getting on, what's standing in their way, and what you can do to change that. And in very extreme circumstances where urgency demands it, it's going in and telling people what to do, giving direction. But that isn't something you do all the time, okay? Those 5 things, thinking, communicating, improving, monitoring, directing, the green and amber stuff, those are the work of managers. And yes, you need hard work in that. But so often, managers get confused. We hear hard work and we think, gotta go and be red. No. The red stuff is what you do when you've done all the other stuff. It is not the thing that you do that stops you doing the green and amber stuff. Really simple one. Just wanted to share it with you because I think it's a commonly misunderstood thing. If you've got any comments below, I'd really love to hear them because I think this is a really interesting subject. Certainly for me, it's in the heart of my purpose. But in the meantime, have a great day. Have a great week.